Hello everyone, welcome back to Abhyaas Law Prep. This is part 3 of your complete marathon and I'll be dealing with your criminal laws and your legal current affairs, not many but few, and your I couldn't cover your PYQs, but I have even added your sample questions to each and every concept, as well as I have even added the landmark judgments of the respective law. So let's start with your criminal law. Here, first of all, what is criminal law? The law which deals with offences, any offences against the society and punishment of offenders. You know what is offence? Offence ante crime. Any criminal wrong, any wrong which is very harmful is known as offence. So any offence you do against the society at large, any wrong you do against society at large is known as crime. And your criminal law deals with that wrong, that offense, as well as punishment of the offense. So here, purpose of your criminal law is to maintain law and order of the society, to prevent the crimes in future, and to protect the society, and to make sure to punish the wrongdoers or the offenders, to punish the criminals. Coming to the important criminal laws, we used to have before IPC, CRPC and your Evidence Act. Now we have BNS, that is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, that is your IPC. Before it used to be called as IPC. Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, this is your previously called CRPC. And your Bharatiya Saksha Adhiniyam, which was previously called as Indian Evidence Act, IEA. What is crime? Let's coming to the crime, what it means. It means any act or any omission. Omission is nothing but you should do this thing and you're not doing it is omission. So any act or omission prohibited by the law and punishable by the law. If law says that you cannot do this thing and you're doing it and it is also punishable, then it means crime. Simple meaning is that any conduct or act which is considered harmful to the society, it is your crime. For example, theft, murder, cheating, assault, all these are considered as crime. What is essentials? The important elements to make an act crime is first, it should be done to a human being. Whatever wrong you're doing, whatever crime you're doing, it should be done on a human being, against a human being. And while doing that particular act, you have a guilty mind, that is mens rea, bad intention. And you are also implementing your intention. You're doing that bad act, that guilty act, that is actus rea. And because of this, there is harm to this human being. Then it is known as crime, and this particular act should be punished by that law. Punishment prescribed by law will be given if this chain completes. Oka bad intention ni manam execute chestunamu, that is your acid rea, actus rea, and then there is some harm or injury to this human being and it will be punished by the law. Coming to mens rea, as we all know, we have discussed it like multiple times right now. It is nothing but guilty intention, and the maxim we use here is actus non facit reum nisi mens rea, which means act alone does not make a person guilty unless you don't have a intention to commit that particular act. Manaki act okate is not enough. You should also have bad intention. So here the example is intentionally stealing money. This is wrong. By mistakenly manam naadankoni nenu teeskunte, it is not wrong. It is not theft. Coming to actus rea, it is nothing but the physical act, the actual act you do. What is injury? When we are talking about injury or harm, what do you mean? First, harm can be caused to the body, can be caused to the mind, can be caused to the person's property, or to the reputation. Reputation ante defamation telusu kada, chedu maatladadam ever gurinchayina, property, na property lo trespass chestunnaru, criminal trespass. It can be mind, mental peace ni disturb chestunnaru, mental agony and all falls under your mind. And body, hitting someone, sexually assaulting someone, all falls under your injury to your body. Example, causing bodily pain or damaging someone's property is also a crime. How many types of punishments we have if you do this particular offense, if you do this particular crime, what punishment you will get? First, imprisonment for a set time period, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you will be in prison. Fine. You will pay the fine to your government. It will be also there. Death penalty. This is in rarest of the rare. Eppudu death penalty eppudu istaru? Rarest of the rare. And it is also, death penalty is also known as capital punishment. And life imprisonment means life imprisonment. Until he'll die, he will be in prison, he or she. The death penalty is more serious, the gravest one. It is also known as capital punishment. It is usually given in the rarest of the rare situations. Coming to motive versus intention. What is difference between motive and intention? So motive is nothing but reason, the reason behind the act. Actually, manam law lo motive chudam, manam intention chustam. What is intention? Decision to commit act. See, I am jealous of someone that they are earning more. This is my motive, the reason. I am planning to kill that person. That is intention. Me planning to kill is intention. Motive to kill him is that because I am jealous, he's doing a good, way much good than me. That is intention. So, your motive is less important. We don't care why you're doing. We only care that you have actually the intention to kill. Why you want to kill is not necessary. Example, A kills B for revenge. Revenge is motive, killing is intention. Crime versus tort. I have explained you earlier, but now I am just giving you a quick recap. Crime is against the society at large. Tort is only against one particular individual. Crime ki, you will get punishment for crime. The sufferer will get compensation. Crime is governed under criminal laws and your tort is governed under civil law. For crime, the case will be filed in criminal courts, and for tort, case will be filed in civil courts. How many stages of crime do we have? This is very important. You should know. First is intention. Intention undadam ante mens rea. Then preparation. I had intention to kill that person. Now I am preparing. I am thinking to mix poison in his food. So I have purchased poison from a shop. That is preparation. Attempt ante nenu actually mix cheses ichchesa. If he eats, he'll die. Commission. If he doesn't eat, it will stop here till attempt. Important point to note that punishment begins from the stage of attempting. Preparation work adi punishable kaadu. Kani attempt, if you attempt it, it's enough to punish you. Attempt to murder antam kada. Even attempt cheyadam is punishable. Though that person dies or not, you will be punishable. I have explained it already. So coming to your general exceptions. We have seen exceptions, you know now, by now you should know what is exception and defense. So here, exception to a crime, what it can be. First, mistake of fact. Police officer have arrested me thinking I am B, but I am A. So this is mistake of fact. It is a defense. Mistake of law is not allowed. Mistake of fact is allowed. Accident. Accidentally, I have taken someone else's phone thinking it's mine. It is not theft. It is accident. Necessity. To save something, you have done minor wrong. Ante pedda. To save the, to avoid bigger or largest harm, what you're doing, you are causing minor harm. For example, I have given, if someone have caught this electric wire and now వాళ్ళకి షాక్ తగులితే ఏం చేస్తాము, wooden stick తో లేకపోతే rubber slipper తో will hit them. That doesn't mean that you're causing them harm. You are saving their life. There was necessity. Insanity. If a person is mad and then he's hitting stones on people going passerbys, what it means? Actually, it is not crime because he's mentally not stable. He can't understand it. Intoxication. Intoxication means nothing but when someone is under influence of your drugs, or you can say alcohol, it is intoxication. And it doesn't mean if you yourself consume this and do something wrong, you can't claim this defense. It should be done by someone else. You not knowingly or forcefully someone have injected drugs, or someone have without you knowing have spiked your drink, then this defense is valid. The right to private defense, I'm saving myself or my property, then this particular thing have happened, then it is okay, it is not a crime. Now coming to your MCQ, buying a weapon to commit murder is, buying a weapon is preparation. Mistake of law, we said mistake of fact is a defense, but mistake of law is no defense. A breaks neighbor's door to rescue child from fire. To save the kid from the fire, you have just broke into, ante వాళ్ళ permission lekunda lopalki వెళ్ళిపోయావు. You went inside your neighbor's home without their permission is trespass, it's offense. But to save the child, it is because of necessity and it will not be considered as wrong. A fires gun at B intended to kill him, but bullet misses. What it is? It is attempt. Attempt is also punishable. If you try to kill someone, though that person is not dead, it is still punishable. It will be attempt to murder. Now coming to your offenses against human body, we'll read it in depth. What is culpable homicide and your murder? So here we can say culpable homicide is nothing but causing death with intention or knowledge to actually kill someone. I mean, you can say you don't want to kill them, but you know that if I'll do this, this person might die. If నేను చాలా కోపంలో ఉన్నాను, I have hit you with some iron rod, I know you might die, but still I have took that risk. That is nothing but culpable homicide. Murder is nothing but more aggravated, more serious than that. Aggravated form of culpable homicide with the greater intention. Here I was in very much anger, rage. Andukane niku, what you say, I have hit with iron rod. But my intention purely was not to kill you. It was just my rage or my anger. But here in murder, clearly manam plan చేసేసి step by step execute చేసి if you are killing someone, it is murder. Important point, all murders are culpable homicide, but not vice versa. All culpable homicides are not murder, but all murder are culpable homicide. Now coming to the important case, this is a landmark case. You know the movie Rustam. If you know, this is actually, the movie is based on this case law, that is N.M. Nanavati versus State of Maharashtra, where they said grave and sudden provocation falls under your culpable homicide. It is a classic case on murder versus culpable homicide. Hurt and grievous hurt. Hurt here is like causing bodily pain or some disease. Chinnaga hurt and slap cheyadam alantivi, you're hurt. Grievous hurt ante enti, how bad it can be. Grievous hurt is nothing but serious injuries like your fracture, permanent disfiguration, loss of eyesight. For example, simple slap is hurt and breaking bones is grievous hurt. Now coming to wrongful restraint and confinement. So here wrongful restrainment ante నేను మీకు బయట నుండి తలపేసి వెళ్ళిపోతా, that is preventing movement of a person. Wrongful confinement ante restricting person within a fixed boundary. You are kidnapping someone and you're making sure that he's not moving from this boundary at any cost. That is confinement. Example, locking a person inside the room is your example for wrongful restrainment. Assault and criminal force. Assault ante to threaten a person or to creating a fear of force. Ante I've said, right, I'm saying that I'll kill you. I'm nothing but I'm assaulting you or creating that threat. Whereas coming to criminal force, actually using the force, actually hitting you is criminal force. Trying to hit is assault, actually hitting is criminal force. కిడ్నాపింగ్ అండ్ అబ్డక్షన్లో చిన్న డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటంటే కిడ్నాపింగ్ ఇస్ టేకింగ్ అ పర్సన్ ఆర్ యాక్చువల్లీ పర్సన్ మీన్స్ మైనర్ వితౌట్ లాఫుల్ కన్సెంట్, వాళ్ళ కన్సెంట్ లేకుండా వాళ్ళని మ్యానిపులేట్ చేసి మెల్లగా మనం తీసుకెళ్తాం, దట్ ఇస్ కిడ్నాపింగ్. అబ్డక్షన్ ఇస్ ఫోర్స్ఫుల్లీ వాళ్ళని యూ కెన్ యూస్ సే కాలు చేతులు కట్టేసి తీసుకెళ్ళడంని you will be saying it is abduction, taking person through force or deceit. Important point to notice, kidnapping is stricter offense than your abduction. Coming to sexual offenses, rape is nothing but non-consensual sexual intercourse, that is without any mutual agreement. Now sexual harassment is nothing but any sexual conduct or you can say any behavior which is very unwelcoming, that is your sexual harassment. Voyeurism is watching or recording someone's private act, anyone, it can be man, woman, both, that is voyeurism. And stalking is repeatedly unwantedly following someone or contacting someone even though they are not interested, they are they are uncomfortable, then it is known as stalking. So this is very important case, Vishakha versus State of Rajasthan. This is the base of your POSH, prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. This was the base of your this particular POSH act. Here in workplace, they are actually in Vishakha, they have laid down the guidelines for workplace sexual harassment, and then this guidelines actually turned into our POSH law. Now coming to offenses against property, any movable property, immovable property. So first one is theft. Meeru dishonestly, if you are taking any movable property without my consent, see na phone meeru without my consent you took it, that is theft. Extortion is obtaining that ila chestar kada, I'll leak your pictures if you'll not give me 50 lakh rupees, that is nothing but extortion, obtaining property through the fear. You'll just make sure you'll create one fear or threat inside their brain, and then you'll take the money or the property, that is extortion. Now coming to robbery and dacoity. So robbery is nothing but theft and extortion with violence. Robbery ante gun తీసుకొని వచ్చేసి they'll take your property, that is robbery. Dacoity is robbery committed by 5 or more people. It is same robbery lantide, కానీ dacoity lo there'll be 5 or more people. Criminal misappropriation and criminal breach of trust. This is also very important, where criminal misappropriation means dishonest use of someone's property. నా ఫోన్ మీకు దొరికింది ఎక్కడో రోజులో రోడ్ మీద ఆర్ సమ్వేర్ ఇన్ అ పబ్లిక్ ప్లేస్, యూ స్టార్టెడ్ యూజింగ్ ఇట్ వితౌట్ even trying to find the real owner is criminal misappropriation. And criminal breach of trust ante, I gave my phone to my friend saying that I'll just go out and I'll come back in an hour. He actually misused that property and he have opened my phone and he is using it. So it's nothing but dishonest use of the entrusted property. Nammakamte everana meeku property iste danni you should not misuse. Cheating, mischief and trespass. Cheating is nothing but dishonest inducement causing wrongful loss. Someone will say, someone will cheat you, you know, right, what is cheating. So someone is saying that this pencil is very nice, take it for 50,000 rupees, it's very advanced. Actually it's very normal pencil, it is actually of 2,000 rupees. So because of this inducement they have faced wrongful loss. Mischief is nothing but causing wrongful damage to property. Mischief ante chinna damage to the property is mischief. When someone causes damage to your property is your mischief. Criminal trespass is entering unauthorizedly with the criminal intention. In the robbery cheddamani na property na inti inside without any permission వచ్చారనుకో, that is your criminal trespass. Adultery, this is very important. Joseph Shine versus Union of India. I guess you know what is adultery. When a married woman or a man are in extramarital affair, that is adultery. So here, before it was a crime. If a married woman is in affair with a guy, that guy would be punishable criminally. He would be sent to jail. But now it have been decriminalized after this case, Joseph Shine versus Union of India, and we say that women are no longer property of husband. And then the important point here, you should know that it is still a ground for divorce, but it is not a crime. Defamation we have read already. So now coming to MCQs. Taking property by putting person in fear amounts to extortion. A threatens B with knife and takes wallet. The offense is nothing but robbery. A secretly records woman in private changing room. Offense is what? If you are recording someone secretly, then it is voyeurism. So now coming to your most important legal current affairs, I would not get into depth as we have some time restraint. I'll surely suggest you a few important current affairs where you can just research. In online, you'll get many news articles. You can even get many summaries from AI. If you know, in Google, if you search about this particular thing, that is your electoral bond judgment, and you just search for AI result or AI summary, you'll get in detail explanation of that. So, electoral bond judgment, which was given, which have impacted in 24-25, actually says that your electoral bond scheme is unconstitutional. And here, what was the main reason? Electoral bond, and you know, right, while election people actually invest, they pay to the political parties. Why we are saying it is unconstitutional? Because we say it should be transparent. We should know from where our politicians are getting money or funds, from which company or from which MNC, whatever it is, or from which person. And here we are saying it have been, electoral bond have been declared as unconstitutional in this judgment. Then coming to Women Reservation Act, this is very important. It is under your 106th constitutional amendment. We said that 33% of reservation for women will be given in Lok Sabha and state assemblies, which means in your Lok Sabha, state assemblies, in your parliament, you will have women's quota, 33% women's reservation. So the important issue revolves around here. The debate is that implementation is linked with census and delimitation. You can just search also about delimitation. You'll get more news about it. The North-South debate you can check on. But the things you should remember here is 106th Amendment, 33% reservation, your Women Reservation Act. It is also known as Nari Shakti something. I don't remember it exactly. Also know that what it is said, and it is Women Reservation Act, and these things should be remembered. Now coming to your Governor's Power Over Bill. Here in the state of Tamil Nadu versus Governor of Tamil Nadu, they said that Governor cannot hold or delay assent of bills indefinitely. Indefinitely ante, he is not saying when he will give the consent. It is being delayed without any further date. It is known as indefinitely. Governor doesn't have this right, is what been said in this case. So this is very important. Menstrual health and Article 21, they said by Supreme Court have given the statement that menstrual health is part of your right to life under Article 21. This is 2026 statement given by your Supreme Court. This is very important. And here they said that free sanitary pads, napkins in school should be available, and it should be basic, minimum. And there should be hygienic toilets everywhere, in every school, in every educational institution. And they also said that menstrual awareness should be spread around girl child as well as the boy child. Now coming to the Transgender Act Amendment Bill, that also the Trans Act, we are saying it's in very much, you can say in very much controversy or in debate, where they are saying that before self-identification was allowed by your NALSA judgment. Also search about your NALSA judgment and Navteej Singh Sindhu case. Here they are actually saying in NALSA that to identify third gender, the self-identification is okay. But whereas coming to this Trans Act, they are saying that medical verification is needed. Your MRO should give your medical certificate that this person belongs to third gender. So this is the controversy going around. Now coming to your sixth, it is also very important, Harish Rana case. Here It deals with passive euthanasia. If you know, passive euthanasia is nothing but if a person is in vegetative state for very long. What is vegetative state? Where he is not dying and he's alive, but he's on bed, he can't move, he can't do anything. That is vegetative state. And here, passive euthanasia is nothing but killing that person. Not killing, naturally that person will pass, will remove the life support. That is passive euthanasia, which is allowed in India. Here you can go through Aruna Schonberg case and Common Cause India case, Giancor case, which says right to life does not include right to die. All these cases are linked to this Harish Rana case. In Harish Rana case, your Supreme Court allowed to withdraw life support of this person, Harish Rana. And this is the first case of India where passive euthanasia was given. And it also connects with right to die with dignity under Article 21. Coming to your seventh current affair, that is Telangana related, Telangana gig workers bill. It is actually very important because it is focusing on the platform based gig workers. Your Zomato, Ola, Rapido. Gig workers is nothing but people like laborer, you can say gig as well, where they work on day-to-day basis. Zomato, delivery partners and all are known as gig. Platform based gig workers are them. And then here the purpose of this bill is to give them social security and give them welfare. Coming to Telangana fee reimbursement, this issue, if you know, many people are stuck with the fee reimbursement. The colleges are not releasing the memos to them because the government have not reimbursed the fee. You can get into depth of this news as well. All the colleges were on strike, if you remember, protest like 5-6 months ago. So you can get into depth of this news as well. And then coming to Telangana Parental Support Bill, which is right now in the news. Our CM Revant Reddy have introduced it. It says that Telangana employees, it can be anyone, public employee, private employee, we are not more concerned. It is applicable to government employees, private employees, public representatives as well. And here we are saying that it is to ensure that financial support and protection are given to their elderly parents, and it is only eligible to the parents who are actually negligent and can't maintain themselves. So here the key provision says that up to 15% of the salary or 10%, whichever is lower, will be deducted directly from the employee's account. And that particular amount will be given to the parents. Coming to Russia-Ukraine war, you can go through the background, whatever have happened, what the key things are. The Russia and Ukraine, why it is important, you should know. It deals with war crimes, humanitarian laws. Killing people actually falls under war crimes and humanitarian laws. You can go through that. You can also go through this particular part where it talks about protection of civilians during war. It is war crime. Get into depth of this concept. And Israel and Gaza war, if you know, conflict between Israel and Gaza, why it is important. For ceasefire గురించి ఎంతవరకు మాట్లాడారు, if you remember how long it went. It is also targeting your human rights, the civilian deaths, refugee crisis. All these things are under controversy and question. You can search more about these. So I have just given you gist of your current affairs. These are the most important current affairs. You can get into depth of them, and please go through all the awards and all the awards given to your sportsmen, movies, Padma Bhushan and all, and go and revise your static GK. That's it for now, and very all the best for your exam. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.